Hi, Tatiana here. I'm so excited that you have chosen to put in some time and effort into your hips. If you are an active person, a runner, whatever it is that you love doing for physical activity, there's without a shadow of a doubt that hip mobility is so important in everyday life stuff too. And as we age, as we get older, 40 and beyond, we just have to treat our bodies a little bit differently with care, intention, and mindful movement. My name is Tatiana. I am a physiotherapist and a yoga instructor by background. I am also a women's health coach, and I love helping women, especially moms who are maybe really busy with their kids and the chaos of life, get back into feeling good, strong, and confident in their bodies. So, here we are. We're going to start with a hip mobility test. And then after that, I will take you through a very short yoga sequence that will help you open up your hips and strengthen them at the same time. So, if you have a mat, that's wonderful. I also have a yoga blanket and two blocks. If you don't have these things, don't worry. You can make do with a throw blanket or maybe a few textbooks. It's just to help you elevate the ground. Sometimes when we're really tight, the ground feels really far. You'll see what I mean in a second. Okay, so first of all, let's just try to get on the ground in a cross-legged seated position and get back up. So this is a really great way to test your balance and your hip mobility. So if you need your hands, great. If you don't need your hands, also great. And just see how you feel when you come down into seated. And just remember which leg is in front, okay? And from the side, you want to feel like your profile is not super slouched, okay? So if you are super slouched and you can't get into this neutral spine, as we call it, like a tall spine, it's a signal that perhaps you have some hip stiffness, okay? And then we're going to get back up. So can you get back up without using your arms? And then we're going to get back down with the other leg in front this time. So go ahead and come down however you need to safely and just check. Can you sit cross-legged with the other leg in front this time, with your back tall and straight, shoulders relaxed? And then can you also get back up? Okay? So that was a simple way to test, do you have open enough hips to get up and down off the ground? You may have also came down to your knees first and sat, came over, and then crossed. That's okay too. There's so many ways to get up and down off the ground. And actually, even this on its own is a great way to mobilize your hips. Imagine when you're in your 70s or 80s, being able to do this, it is going to save you and keep you independent for a very long time. Okay? So I love testing myself, doing those kinds of things after a workout and a run because you want to make sure that your runs aren't making you feel broken or your workouts aren't making you feel broken. If they are, if you just ran a race, that's different. But if you're just training in a training block, you want to make sure that the training isn't injuring you, it's making you stronger. So these are some nice ways to test your legs and your hips to make sure you're not overtraining, because overtraining can lead to injury. All right, now we're going to do our hip mobility yoga sequence. So I always love to start my yoga practice, my mindful movement practice, with my feet grounded, one hand on heart, one hand on belly, and shut down the eyes. So go ahead and follow me. And just take a couple of nice long breaths here. Just feel rooted in the earth. Feel your breath enter and exit your body. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, roll your chin to chest, and then roll the rest of your body down in a forward fold. Soften your knees. You'll probably feel your hamstrings stretching. Inhale, soften your knees more if you need to. Bring it in for a half lift. So your half lift should feel like somebody could eat dinner on your back. Exhale, fold. You're going to take your hands to the mat. We're going to send the right leg back. Okay, right leg first. And then this left foot, we're gonna heel toe it over just behind the right wrist and see if you can put the shin down. Now this is a pretty big hip opener if you've never done pigeon before. This is pigeon pose in yoga. So if you're feeling, wow, like I can't get there, maybe you bring your foot a little bit more underneath you, okay? That will lessen the intensity of the stretch. If you need more intensity, you would bring your foot a little bit more out and the shin feels parallel to the top of the mat. Wherever you are is great, okay? And this is where yoga blocks and blankets can come in handy. Sometimes we can use them to prop up the bum or maybe pad the knee, whatever you need to get comfortable. So what you should be feeling is a left hip stretch, left hip opening. Take another full breath, and then we're gonna go ahead and sit onto that left hip. We're gonna take this right leg around, and we're gonna put the right foot on the mat, okay? And you kind of have this bent knee. You're gonna lean back through your hands and stack your left ankle over your thigh. Don't put it on your kneecap, just put it right beneath that kneecap like that, on top of your thigh, and sit super tall. This might be enough for you to feel your left deep glutes, okay? And if it is, just hold here for the stretch. If you feel like you have more flexibility, more space available in your body, you might put this bottom shin down and stack your shins like fire logs. This is fire log pose. And again, you have to make sure your back is not round or you won't feel anything. You want a nice tall spine. And this might be enough here. If you're really open in your deep glutes and your hips, you might be able to lean forward and breathe. And when you lean forward, it doesn't matter. What we want to feel is the left deep hip. You might feel something in the right too, but because the left leg is on top, the majority of the feeling is in the left side. Couple more breaths here. So remember, you could be here and breathing, right? That's plenty, depending on your hips mobility. All right, and then the last one, we're gonna try our best to get our left knee on top of the right knee, kind of stacking those knees, and just check there's nothing behind you. You're gonna hold your legs, opposite arm, opposite leg, and just gently roll back. Don't smash your head. Once you're down, slowly bring the shoulders and head down and pull your knees towards your chest, but you're kind of tugging your legs, your ankles, or if you're reaching your feet, that's okay too. Whatever you can hold on to, you're pulling it towards your hips, the outer edges of your hips, and the knees are coming towards the chest. And this is getting one more angle in that deep left hip. Let's do it for one more breath. Careful you're not squeezing your shoulders near your ears, and the neck and face, your jaws relaxed. One more thing, if your head feels like it's dumping back because you're really tight, you can always put a pillow or a block to support your head, just like that. Okay, we don't want to strain other parts of the body when we're working the hip. Okay, so unravel that, give your legs a little bicycle or open close shimmy shake, and then we're going to come up to stand. Try again, other side. So here we go, inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, roll down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Remember, someone could eat dinner on your back. Exhale, pull that left leg is gonna go back, left knee down. Gently pull the foot down too, and then we're gonna move that right foot behind the left hand this time. And just slowly ease into the pose. If this is new for you, it might feel like a lot. Okay, it might feel like, wow, this is a big stretch. It's kind of painful, kind of uncomfortable. Let's adjust, right? If it's too much, you bring the knee in. You want to find that edge with stretches in yoga. You want to find the edge where it feels, you feel a sensation, but it's not so sharp and stabbing or painful that you're breath holding against it, okay? We want to meet our body where it's at. So let's do one or two more breaths in our pigeon. Good, and then remember we sat onto the right hip, brought that left foot around, this time it's the left foot's turn, plant it, and we're gonna start fire log this way. So you're gonna put your right ankle over your left thigh, hands come behind and sit up nice and tall I can already feel a little bit of something in my right hip here. And if you don't feel anything, check your back. If your lower back is round, you're not going to feel anything. You have to make sure you're in that neutral spine. So really press your belly and your heart forward. Okay, and then if you have space, right, you can move this shin down. So the left foot and shin is now on the mat. I've stacked my right shin over. They're kind of parallel to the front of the mat. I don't have them super tight in, right? They have a little triangle I've created with my legs. Same thing, you need to stay tall through the spine. And then maybe you have space to lean forward. And getting, wow, into this deep right hip. Lots of fibers in there that don't often get stretched. Those deep glutes. So we have 3 layers of glutes, glute max, medius, and minimus. And then we have all these other little muscles deeper to those for your hips. So lots of structures in there that often get missed. Good, and then we're gonna lean our back. We're gonna start to stack knee over knee, remember? Okay, and just make sure you have space to roll down. Hold on to opposite leg. Shin in, and then slowly shoulders and head come down. We tug those knees towards our heart. You have your ankles, or you're holding your feet, or you're holding your shin, and you're just trying to pull them towards opposite hips. We'll spend a couple of breaths here. You're getting into a different part of your right hip. Breathing in and out through the nose if you can. Kind of enjoying that stretch. And then go ahead, unravel, bicycle it out. Maybe do a little bit of circling. And then meet me back in standing. And if you notice that you were super tight, I would go ahead and repeat that whole thing again, maybe 1 or 2 more times. And then come back to the test. Come back to trying to sit cross-legged. Is your spine a little straighter? Can you find your cross-legged pose with a bit more ease now that you've opened things up a bit? Can you get up and down off the ground and sit a little more comfortably? And if you can't yet, that's okay. It might take you a few times. I promise you, if you do it every day, it doesn't have to be hours and hours of yoga. You just do this little sequence after your workout, when you wake up in the morning, maybe before you go to bed, as a work break, if you're sitting all day, right? As a work break, this is nice to move your body. You will see improvement, okay? You will see improvement. Oftentimes when I work with clients and we're so mindful and intentional with our movements and we connect to our bodies, the results come faster, okay? So I work with clients virtually or in person, and oftentimes, even in one session of really focused mindful movement, there's a change. There is already a change. So I encourage you to keep trying, keep going. Small little wins daily equal that big picture win. I'd love to connect with you. Let me know if this helped you at all. Let me know if you have any questions. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.